All right, in the immortal words of our ex-president, God rest your soul, Ronnie Reagan, your wife, Nancy Reagan, stop the madness. And that was the war on drugs. Uh-oh, maybe that might have been Oprah's quote, but hey, you look it up because y'all got your phones to do it. But stop the madness and get educated. And wait till I get some Viagra for that vigor to make it bigger. I had Viagra, I'd kill somebody. I feel bad. That would be the truth. Welcome to Mr. Raider. Thank you for being here again. I'm in the kitchen where it's most comfortable for me to be, and I love it. Y'all want to beat up on Trump. The man is crazy. We all know that. The man has some things that come out of his mouth, come out of his Twitters. Sometimes some of the things he says, to me, you got to take with a grain of salt. Because he's not a politician. He's not out there to charm us with political rhetoric and political speech. He's out there to tell us he's trying to do the damn job. First of all, a lot of y'all don't know this. With Mr. Trump, he was going to run as a Democrat. They didn't want him. They told him no. He goes, that's all right, I'll run as a Republican because Donnie's been a Democrat his whole life. You can look that up. This is anything you cannot see, people, on your damn phones, because I talk about this all the time, man. Now, getting back to Donald Trump and the way he was running for president and didn't take he has to take $1 for his salary. I don't know if y'all know this because we talk about history all the time. I just showed you my phone to let y'all know that you can look all this stuff up, people. Please, just use it for, y'all want to use it for your Twitter and your this and that? No, use it for some knowledge right now. But if y'all want to know, Donald Trump, he took donations for his campaign. Damn straight he did. But you know what he did with those donations? He donated those to people that needed them. He donated his campaign donations to charity, to whatever. He actually asked the people who need the money. You Twitter me, whatever Donald does. You know how we know all DT, that's what we're going to call him, DT, Donald Trump. He gets y'all. He gets it. But he donated all of his proceeds from his donations to charity. Now, he ran on his own dime. I want you to think about this. And Kate Daly, thank you, local lady right here in St. George. She does her job on the radio. We've got a gentleman right here in St. George that wants to run for mayor that calls her show. And I'm sorry he doesn't, I can't remember his name, but you know what? You know what he told us all? He's got great ideas. In fact, the things that he wants to do, I love. But you know what he doesn't have enough of? This. Money. It takes money to run. But so you all know, if you want to run for city council, you want to run for mayor in any city, it's only $50 to go down to get your license to do it. Do you know what you need to do after that, though? You better go rub somebody's behind, apparently. Give them a good smack on the ass and ask them, you got a couple bucks so I can run? That's where we've gotten to. All right, getting back to what I was talking about earlier with Mr. Trump as well as Kennedy and us educating ourselves. He didn't take a dime. He took $1 for a year. Who does that? He didn't do this for his ego. Y'all think he did? No. Remember his slogan, let's make America great again? We don't care. Main Street media hates on Trump so bad they could give a shit less about us uniting and weaving ourselves into the fabric of this country like we need to. They want to put stitches in the fabric of our communities. You know why? Stitches bust. When you weave shit in, when it's woven, that shit stays. It's hard to break. Why can't we get back there? That's all this man tried to do. All I'm saying is he's not the greatest speaker. You're thinking that his policies are nuts? You've never been a business person being president. He's one of our first non-politicians. He never held one other political office before he came president. I want you all to think about that. They all talked about Obama breaking the glass ceiling because he became the first black president of the United States. Guess what? He held office before that. He was already in the political system. How many people that have been in our political system ever never held one political office before they were elected president. And hey, maybe you need to educate me and go back to the history. And hey, right here, if you need to help me out, please do. But I really want to know if one other person in the history of our country never held one political office and he becomes president. To me, that would be just, and tell me he wasn't some deacon in a church or even held one of those positions. Hell, I didn't want to go on a Trump rant. And I call it a rant. No, it ain't. It's a rant. That's what raiders do, apparently. That's what I do. I rant. But no, the man has just been trying, and y'all want to hate on him. Democrats hate him so bad. Hey, all you mainstream media that are on that Democratic side that you people are leaning that hard on it, and you hate him so bad, can't give the man any props for being that guy, right? Hell, what's his education? You guys don't even bring that up because you're afraid, because he's done something from nothing. This is where you want to talk about a guy that has climbed from, and hey, yeah, he went to military school. Hey, on Netflix, you can look up this thing about Trump. And if you look, his dad gave him so much and said, here you go, and what you do with it, you do with it. But don't come ask me for any more. How many of y'all got that going on right now in life with that silver spoon in your mouth? And and those mofos that are waiting for the golden ticket in the Willy Wonka bar? That shit ain't coming. It's about being strong and doing what we need to do. Mr. Trump has shown that, and man, this wasn't even meant to be about him. This was meant to be how we weave ourselves into the fabric of America. But my Lord, has that man not woven himself into the fabric of this country, whether it be good or bad? But you know what? What he's done across this country, and everybody says, oh, he does this, he does that. No, because you're hearing all the bullshit on mainstream media. You don't even know really what's going on behind the scenes and all the charities and things he goes and does. Oh, but you want to get into that, and we want to get into charities, and we want to get into foundations? Let's look into the Clinton Foundation, y'all. Oh, I didn't want to go here. Do you know, to have a foundation, to make it so that it works, you only have to donate 6% of whatever you take in to be able to have that foundation. And if you look at the Clintons and how much they actually give back to the foundation from all the bullshit they brought in, and y'all are gonna think I'm politically on one side or the other. I'm not. I could give a shit less about politics. I'm over the political system in terms of parties. I know you gotta do that because you need to raise money and do what you gotta do, and we have to have some kind of system set up so that these people rah, 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 and these people rah, rah, rah for these people. That's not for me. You know what it is for me? I want the politician that best represents my ideals in terms of what they're going to do when they get into office. I know they can't do everything I want them to do as one politician, because one politician can't do it all by themselves. And that's the problem with these politicians. They don't care about weaving themselves into the fabric of this country anymore. Hell no. If you look at these politicians that we've talked about this before, these career politicians, they're not weaving. They have woven themselves into the fabric, but you know what it is? That's a weak spot in most of them. You know why? Because they're out there to make the money. They became politicians to make money. If you look back on the founding fathers in that day, and when they decided to set the system up, it wasn't meant to be a career politician and become a millionaire. Oh, and let's get to this, just to go make a speech. Depending on who you are as a politician or an ex-politician, let's go back to Mr. Obama, for instance, right now. President Obama, ex-president, he gets $450,000 a speech. Wow. Do you know what I think? First of all, he's getting a salary for the rest of his life for being president. You know what I do at that point in time, and I bet you Mr. Trump does? He does them pro bono because he's happy to actually have the opportunity to speak to these people. Why do you need to pay me $450G to come and speak to your college because I was an ex-president? Hell, one day you're going to be a dead president just like all those mofos that we have in our wallet. Guess what? They didn't probably charge for a speech back in the day to go talk to their alma mater. Whoa! Y'all stop it, okay? Let's get hold of ourselves. Let's all think about how we need to weave ourselves into the fabric of this country. We've got to stop lying down for what's going on and all the other rhetoric on that side. I just want us to know that us as Americans and us as who we've been through, we need to unite. If you're not happy with what's going on in your city politically, your town, your city council, your state, we've got to vote. We've got to do what we need to do. You've got to go out there and make a change. And you know how you're going to make the change, babies? Right here. Okay? All you millennials, all you babies coming up, this is going to be it. We've talked about it. The number of the beast. Your damn phone number. Well, if it's going to be the number of the beast, you better use it for something you're not going to lay down for, and that they know that you know that they're tracking your number on everything you do, so we can reverse this and put it back on them and let them know you're tracking me. Well, guess what? I'm not happy with this. I'm not happy with that. We need to make some changes. All right, I want to let Americans know I love this country. I love where we've been. I love where we need to go. But if we keep letting this stuff go on with the political system and just the way government's running things right now, we're going to be in trouble. But if we keep weaving ourselves into the fabric of America instead of letting ourselves be stitched into the fabric, because we all know a weave lasts tight. A stitch, it'll bust and needs to be mended. Let's be woven instead of stitched, because we're tired of mending the system. We need to fix the system. I'm Mr. Raider, and I'm through. The message, I have no idea. You'll figure it out. It was about weaving ourselves into the fabric. And I don't have a script. I have never been with a hooker, but I've been with a few lookers, okay? That's the truth with that. But we love those girls, man. I love all girls. God bless them, man. A lot of them, they're the soul of America. The fact behind every great man, there's been a great woman. And that's a true story. All right, in mainstream media with their detour, look at this detour sign. You can't even take a detour with mainstream media's detours anymore. They just go to nowhere. Get with it. Any more?